Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Elias, and welcome back to Forever Stranded. In the last episode, we made that guy, and yeah, it doesn't really like the gearboxes. And we also made a couple of machines, both the alloy smelter and the sag mill. Which these guys, in addition to one of these guys, I think, we can go ahead and set up just right here, because why not? They'll get power from this guy, which has a decent amount of power going, but it could be better. So we're going to need some flint for that guy. Let's get 7 blocks, because that'll give us 63 flint, which is close enough. And we could honestly start producing some stuff. Now, I did do a little bit of research on why this guy did what he did. And, well, I have an idea of why, but we've got to research. So we need to make a wind chime, which is going to be 2 iron, molding, pressure plate, some string. Nothing too difficult with that. Do I have some molding? I do. Awesome. So one of 2 things is going to happen. Either this is going to work out pretty nice, or I really hate sandstorms. There is a sandstorm thing that does things. So weather radar, weather deflector. I don't know how this works, but it's not that expensive. It's going to require a bit of redstone. Weather machines, I don't know. I don't know what's going to be the best way to handle these sandstorms yet. I'm still debating whether I want to just make a big box for this area. It depends kind of on this guy. So, we need a little bit of string, and I want to grab this guy for something else later. And most of that. Alright, so, secrets. We're going to get into some fun stuff today, hopefully. So let's go ahead and make a wind chime. And if I put this on, I guess it has to be on a block, like underneath a block, I would assume, because that makes sense for a wind chime. Can we put it right here? So I don't know. So what I think is going on with this guy is basically, in a storm, these windmills will break the first gearbox. Now the other axles were breaking because it is only 3 axles can be connected to each other before they break under their own weight. That is a thing in this mod. That's just what happens. So alright, so we have a broken gearbox. Let's go ahead and make one more gearbox, and let's see if this works. So, I don't hear anything. That should mean that we should be able to just go all the way up here and plug this in. No problems, no nothing. But if it breaks, we might look into a different type of power. Hey, this is working for right now. So here's the thing. Whenever there is a storm, this is going to completely and utterly break. So, we're going to have to fix this. And that's probably going to break that guy up there. But we'll see. So what I think I want to do is break this guy. Let's move this guy right here. God, that is loud. We're just going to put blocks here. And it's going to cut them all up. And why are we going to do this? Well, one, it's going to give us more bark and all that kind of fun stuff. But I want to potentially look into making a water wheel instead. Now I know we made the windmill, and that was a big thing. But water wheels if I can spell wheel, might be a better option. So it just requires some siding, which I believe is what we're getting from here. We're going to need, let's see, half a stack of siding. So it's not too bad. You get 2 for each. So make a bunch of siding. And we just need 32 of it for right now. And then I want to turn the rest of this into something else. Let's get some molding. And a super secret thing we can do is if you take the molding, let's take half of it, you can place it here and make little, what are even these, corners? And then you can take the corners and just make gears. So that is a really, really cool way to get gears, so that you don't have to do other things. I'm basically going to prepare for when that guy breaks. We have all the wood sidings. Let's go ahead, run back, and why do I have all this string? We'll put the string away. I don't even know where it came from, to be honest. I'm going insane. So let's see. We're gonna need 8 slime balls. We have 8 a variety of different things. So something like that. And we should be able to make a bunch of wooden blades. Now what this is going to allow us to do is just make the water wheel. And then this is very similar to the windmill, except it runs on water power. So that's something I might go ahead and set up off camera if I deem it fit. So let's get into why we were doing all of this stuff to begin with. Now one of the big things that I also want to go ahead and work on getting is the gearboxes, so we can power both of these guys equally. I don't know why this stuff just goes everywhere. So let's put the millstone back, put all the hemp in there, and we have some more axles, which we can go ahead, do something like this. Actually, we could break this guy, put the saw here, put an axle here, and we just need to get a singular gearbox. And everything should be good. I think it's on the corners. And then the gears everywhere else. Yep. So there we go. Now, we don't necessarily want both these things to be running all the time, so what we can do is put a lever, and that will stop that, and we can get another lever. And honestly, I should probably go from this guy, but can I just put a lever on here? Will that stop this from working? No, probably not. And then that will stop that from working. So that is a thing we can do as well. Now, the next thing I'm going to want to go grab is we're going to want some Nether Sludge. We're going to want to get Nether Sludge, rather. And the way we get the Nether Sludge is we need Hellfire Dust, which requires a filtered hopper and ground netherrack. Now, I do believe it is a 1 to 2, and we need like 56. We're going to just take, let's do 8 for right now, and if I need to do more, I will do that off camera. I don't really have the redstone right now to like do a lot of work, but yeah, we were just getting unlucky with this stuff. So put that in there, turn that on, and yeah, grinding up the netherrack. I kind of forgot about that part. Makes gas sounds. Ground netherrack is kind of creepy. So I'm gonna go over here. So yeah, I forgot about that part. You can still kind of hear them too. Alright, so let's go ahead and clean up some sand. I really hate this. Need to fix this sooner rather than later. But shouldn't be too much of an issue. Alright, so we're getting the ground netherrack. And what that is going to allow us to do is to continue on and make basically it's going to allow us to make the hellfire dust that will allow us to make the Nether Sludge. But in order to do that, we are going to need a hopper, a filtered hopper. So we need some siding, pressure plate, wooden gears, and corners. So hopefully this is almost done, I hope. And we can go ahead and get most of this stuff taken care of. I don't have any food right now, so that's why there is a gap. That's fine. So it looks like it's done. So we turn this off. And we should have some siding, some gears in a corner. And then we just need a wooden pressure plate. And I think it's something like this. No. It's like that. Alright, so there is the filtered hopper. Now we're going to want to break this guy for right now. And make sure this is taken care of. Now in order to do anything with this thing, actually, let's break the gearbox and we'll put it in the side. But in order to do anything with this, we're going to need some soul sand. So this is a filtered hopper. We put soul sand in there and then we throw in our... Oh, hey, Enderman. Is that something I really want to deal with? Let's... Yeah, let's go for it. Is the Enderman still around? No, he teleported off. Never mind. Alright, so do we have any soul sand? I know we were making it because witch water, which I don't know why it doesn't always work. Let's grab a bucket of it and then put it in there. You know what, let's just go ahead and throw some spores in there. And that ferments. Okay, so I don't know if you have to use... I wonder if it says, which water... Let's look up barrels and see the uses of these guys. So, barrel crafting, which water? Certus quartz dust with... Okay. So... composting. There should be a lot with composting. But doesn't really say anything. But anyways, there's some witch water. We just need one. And we'll grab some soul sand. Now, with the soul sand, what we can do is we can go ahead and make some of this stuff. So, now, much like before, you want to have the filter. It broke, didn't it? Oh, does that actually output a... Oh, that outputs... redstone signal. Actually, that would be good. That's all we need to do for up here. So let's climb up here, because I think the thing just broke. It did. So if we put the wind chime up here, break that, we'll take it down with us. That should fix our problem, actually. So hopefully this works. And what we should see is if we grab our 2 gears and repair the broken gearbox, what we should see is if this guy does actually output a redstone signal, then things will be good. So hopefully this works. So this isn't doing anything. Because it has a redstone signal, gearboxes turn off, as we saw down there with the levers. Since the wind chime detects storms, and we can't really see a storm, but there is because Minecraft, it shuts off this gearbox. The gearbox will never break now. That is fixed. So did we have to make the thing? I don't know. Probably not. But who cares? Alright, so with all that stuff taken care of, we should be able to throw these in there, but I don't want to do that until we have a little bit of mechanical power. So we'll come back to that. So the other thing I want to work on today is, well, a big thing with these machines is power. We do have a decent amount of power. We have 3 million RF just kind of sitting around. But if we want more, which we do, we're going to have to make it. So what's going to be the best way to do this? I think the best way, so one resource that we have basically infinite of is lava. We can make as much lava as we want. That's not a bad idea, but I think we're gonna not do that. We can also make culinary generators, but honestly food is sparse enough for us that I don't want to deal with that. So what else do we have? Well, burnables. We can always do things like that, but we're also gonna have a lot of zombies dying. And I mean a lot of zombies are going to be dying around our base. Eaten once, eaten once, eaten once, eaten once. Not eaten recently. Alright, let's eat our last apple. And then we can do, I think it's going to be the snack cake, the rice cake, which are easy enough to make. And then what's next? Toast? Yes. Alright, so we're going to have to get more food. I said last episode we were going to deal with that this time, but we'll see. But anyways, we're going to want to make some sort of power. Now, we have a lot of options. There's a lot of generators from extra utilities too. There's even some simply generators, which seem to be very similar, but slightly different. I think we're going to go with extra utilities too. The generators are relatively cheap, so we're just going to grab some iron dust and process this. So if we alloy smelt it, we'll get iron, but if we... Can't we sag mill this? Let's see recipes. All of the actual ores we can sag mill, and it looks like sand will give you yeah, it doesn't look that good for us. I don't know that sag milling is going to be useful. So does it really matter if we use this or anything else? We can get the loose twigs and prunings, which we can then use to make cocoa beans. Doesn't really matter. We have cocoa beans. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything worthwhile with this machine. Unless we had iron ore, which we can't get. I mean, presumably it's pretty common, but I don't know if that is still accurate to anything in this. So we could just cook it up, or we can just continue using our smeltery. So I think we're going to continue using the smeltery. We just need to clean it out every once in a while. So I have a feeling there might be something. Nope, okay. I didn't want there to be something in it and then have issues. So we can go ahead and just do one of these. There's 23, 1, 2, 3, 4, 27. Perfect. So that'll cook up, and we're going to make a death generator. So death generators will allow us to use bones and bone blocks and rotten flesh and all that kind of fun stuff to make power. Bones are better than rotten flesh, but we have literally 20 blocks of rotten flesh. So that's pretty good, I think. So in order to make that, we're going to need a furnace generator. That's 5 iron plus 4 more. So we're going to need a block of iron. Well, we can get that pretty easily. We have a little bit more than a couple blocks in there, so we can go ahead and cook that up too. And this will allow us to get power. Now, the extra utility 2 generators are smart, so we can just throw in a bunch of zombie flesh whenever we want. We can collect it and all that kind of fun stuff. And it doesn't really matter if we use exactly enough power to use one or not. It will actually stop mid-craft with this stuff. So we're going to need a furnace. We're going to need a chest. We're going to need redstone. And I believe it was like this for the machine blocks. We have 4 of those now. Furnace, these guys, makes a furnace generator, which we could use. Or we could use a little bit more redstone and all of this zombie flesh to make the death generator. So that will go right here. And I don't believe there's any like issues with it or anything, but Spectre of Death will arrive in 60 seconds. Uh-oh. So we're gonna have to put that somewhere else. I didn't know that was a thing. Alright, so let's get away from there. And we might have to fight. So don't be near that thing. I didn't realize it had a bad effect. I've not used it before, so that's good to know. We have 20 seconds. You know what? Let's clear out our inventory just a little bit. Put those in there. I'm gonna turn redstone off. No, redstone on. And we died. Alright, so good to know. That is a thing. So I don't know where we're gonna put that. We're gonna have to move it. But here's all our stuff. Let's get re-equipped. Get everything placed back where it needs to go. All that fun stuff. I didn't realize that was a thing. Well, now I know. So maybe that's not the best generator to use. Again? Redstone off. Alright, well, Now that I know what happens, let's just, you know, I have a chest over here. Put all of that stuff in there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did it work? I tried to do something. Why is that on again? No appetite. Alright, so... it's off. Alright, good. Hey, it worked. Free dirt. Alright, so... oops. Wrong button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep. 9, and then all this stuff goes over here. Alrighty then, so we're gonna move this guy. We'll put him somewhere else. It's a small area of effect, so once we get some more energy conduit, that'll be something we can deal with. But right now we don't really have any, so yeah, we'll have to deal with that. But whatever, we'll get it worked out later. Anyways, let's see if the other thing can go bad or not. So let's grab this, and honestly, I'm gonna leave everything else in here for right now. Put the dirt and I'll put the death info. I don't know where I threw the other one, but it's here. I will destroy those later or something. Anyways, let's see, map, journey map. I had to figure out what the button was. Waypoints, remove. Alright, so is this working again? No. So it's still storming, I think. I mean, that would be what is happening, so... okay, there it goes. It stopped storming now. So, presumably... this is all taken care of. This has got that going on. Okay, so... we just throw... ground netherrack in there. Now, you could probably very faintly hear it. There, it's a little louder. Sounds like a gas, doesn't it? Well, if we're not careful with this, bad things can happen. Again. The way crushing up netherrack sounded like a gas, well, if we're not careful with this... whoa, lag spike. With this filtered hopper, we could actually get gas. Now, presumably, because I have it powered, it shouldn't. Yeah, we should be good, but we have 8 Hellfire dust now, and we can go ahead and look at the other component, which is potash. However, we need a Stoked Cauldron. In order to get a Stoked Cauldron, we're going to need a hibachi, this guy, which requires Concentrated Hellfire, a heating element, which is a cauldron with some stuff, and yeah, that's not too bad. Now to get the Concentrated Hellfire, let's see, Concentrated Hellfire, it is just 8 being cooked, or if we had an arc furnace, or casting molten, which this gives you, yeah, we're going to need all 8 in a cauldron. So we're going to need redstone, blaze powder, and string for the heating element. That's not too bad. I'm going to need to get a lot more dust. So let's go ahead and get the heating element first. Both of these are just cauldron recipes, not too bad. So we'll do that, and then I think if I put the Hellfire dust in there, it will process it next. That will give us 1. So it's a lot of stuff to get just this little bit. But But then getting the pot ash shouldn't be too bad once we have this taken care of. And we'll kind of look at that actually another time. So let's get the heating element. And yeah, it's probably going to be easier just to do it the other way. But we could go to the Nether. I don't know if that's a thing that we'd want to do. So it's almost there. I don't know if having the Hellfire dust in there was a bad thing, but there's the heating element. We put that in there and we'll get our first Concentrated Hellfire. Now this stuff is used for a lot of things. I don't know if it's super useful, to be honest. I guess it's just used for the hibachi, but I thought it was used for some other stuff. Maybe the dust is. The dust is used for a good bit. But let's get our first piece and we'll go from there. We don't need the water wheel anymore. And yeah, so we're going to need 3 pieces and then just some stone and more redstone. So that's not too bad. There's the first Concentrated Hellfire. Now, if we want to get more stuff, we're going to have to grind up more netherrack, for 1. For 2... we're going to need more redstone. And yeah, if we want to get more netherrack, what we can do is we need to get a stone barrel. Stone barrels are just 6 stone plus a stone slab, so nothing too crazy. We have the stone slab. We don't have a stone barrel already, do we? We might. I don't know. But we can get some stone pretty quickly. Just do this. We'll cook it up. Easy, easy. And then the only other thing we're going to have to do is honestly, let's get a transfer pipe. I need to make another one of those anyways. So, transfer pipe is just, oh, we need the vile dust, which is soul sand, so we need to get more soul sand. I don't know if they, I need to look up Ex Nihilo Omnia, or however you say it, just to see if there is still a way to get witch water without using the ancient spores. But honestly, I'm going to be sifting a lot. I have some mycelium, so we can just go ahead and do that. We'll run over, grab some water, and deal with this. So it won't be too much of an issue. And then between episodes, I'm going to work on the base a little bit and all that kind of fun stuff. But if we can get this done, so that'll give us some more soul sand. For the time being, I'm going to steal the soul sand out of that guy. We're going to get some vile dust. Now there's other things we can do with the filter hoppers. There's a lot of stuff we can do with a bunch of different things. I don't know how much of it's going to be useful, but there's plenty to do. So there's the vile dust. Now what else did we need for this? Stone slabs and glass. Alright, I believe we already have glass. We just need 2 and then some stone slabs I can go ahead and make. And there's the transfer pipe. So, with that taken care of, we just need a piece of sand. Soul sand. Perfect. Alright, so what we can do, and this is going to be the part that is terrible. We put the stone barrel there. We're going to get a bunch of lava. I don't think there is somewhere else that is making lava. And then we could also make obsidian from it if we put water over top of it with the lava. But let's see, we have 1. I think we're only going to need 1 more because I do have some stone sitting out on its own in the tree farm, but we're going to need the piece of redstone. And what this will allow us to do is just go ahead and make some more netherrack. So it is a renewable source of netherrack, but it is going to take a while to get the amount that I need. I need 16 for the hibachi, and then we can go from there, getting the last however much I need for the blast bricks and all that kind of stuff. So we will get back to a lot of this stuff in the next episode. And I will work between episodes, just kind of getting as much done as we can. I don't know that we've done any quests lately. But yeah, I want to make both of these. And we'll just make a little bit of them and just see what it wants us to do. And we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it was a little bit chaotic. I didn't know the death generator killed you, but hey, you learned something new. So we'll have to deal with that later once we get some more alloys and stuff. But I need to do a lot of sifting, and we'll come back next time and have some fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!